And we are live on Jazz Street with Lauren Sevian. Lauren, welcome to Rochester.
Thank you.
And you've got two shows tonight at Kilbourne Hall, 6 and 9 o'clock. For you, I mean, you've done so many amazing things in your career. It's just really starting off. But you've been on the scene for a while. So when did you start playing?
I started playing saxophone when I was probably about 8 years old. I started on the alto and then switched to baritone in high school and then just stuck with the baritone because it just felt like home to me. You know, felt like I found my voice.
When did you realize this is my voice when you picked up the baritone?
It was probably within the first couple times of picking it up because I just felt like it resonated with me. And I didn't really get that same feeling when I played the alto or the tenor. But I knew I wanted to play the saxophone, so my teacher suggested I try the bari, and I was like, what are you, crazy? That thing is gigantic. You know, why would I want to carry that around? But of course, like within the first couple of times, I just became like almost addicted to playing it, addicted to that feeling of the way that it felt. So it was a wrap when I was maybe 17.
So it was love at first sound.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're speaking with Lauren Sevian here on Jazz 90.1. So, Lauren, who's going to be in your band tonight?
So we have Helen Sung on the piano, Boris Kozlov on the bass, and Donald Edwards on the drums.
Some heavy hitters.
Very heavy. I've worked with them quite a bit in the last, I would say, 13, 14 years with the Mingus Big Band. So, again, they when I play with them, it feels like home.
Speaking with Lauren Sevian here on Jazz 90.1, that leads me to my next question. The Mingus Big Band, how did you get involved with that, and what's that like to play his music and just continue to push forward that legacy?
It was a band I had always dreamt of playing with. I started playing with them back in 2003, did some tours with them and became pretty regular. So it's such a honor to play that music, and it was music that always spoke to me, and that music that I've been very influenced by. Some of my compositions, I think you could probably tell, are a bit Mingus inspired. So it really is a privilege and an honor to play Charles Mingus's music and to carry on that legacy.
We're speaking with Lauren Sevian here on Jazz 90.1. So that being said, what can we expect from tonight's show?
Well, you can expect a lot of hard-hitting baritone saxophone. I'll just put that out there. So there'll be some ballads and some slower tunes for sure, but a lot of straight-ahead modern jazz, a lot of fireworks and some little bit of glitter too.
Gotta have the glitter.
You gotta keep it feminine, you know.
Speaking of Lauren Sevian, so Lauren, that being said, when you see young girls like, say, Alexa Tarantino, our old friend, as well as other young ladies coming up in the scene, because you said people have said that they really look to you for inspiration, whether it be Alexa, also Addison Evans also mentioned you by name, saying you were the person that really kept her in the game by inspiring her just to keep on going, keeping on. Who inspired you to keep on keeping on?
Well, I mean, there have been so many, but for me, the first lady on the horn that I met on the baritone was Claire Daly, and just watching all the wonderful things that she was doing and listening to all the wonderful music she was creating, she really inspired me to find my voice, my unique voice on the baritone. So she was probably the person that, you know, pushed me off into that direction, so I have to give a little shout out to her for that.
Well, you'll be inspiring a lot more kids tonight. Lauren Sevian, two shows, 6 and 9 o'clock at Kilbourne Hall. Lauren, thank you so much. Oh, that's right.
Actually, at Max at Eastman.
Thank you for correcting me. 6 and 10 o'clock then.
Like, go there and see a show. But yes, 6:15 and 10 o'clock at Max at Eastman Place. And I'll also have copies of my album Blueprint there for sale. So Boris is on that recording, as well as Jonathan Blake and George Colligan. And just one more little bit I'd like to throw in there. If you're in New York next week, please come to the Blue Note. I'll be playing with the Dizzy Gillespie All-Star Big Band. And actually, they're playing here tomorrow night. So, not the big band, the Afro-Cuban Experience. So please go check them out, too.
Two shows at Max's, 6 and 10, 6:15 and 10 o'clock to be exact. Lauren, thanks so much for taking Jazz further.